Whether you're a natural Jew, whether you're a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yeshua was the Son of God, and he had to be born again. Yeshua told Nicodemus he must be born again. Abraham, the father of the Jews, had to cross over. Before Abraham was circumcised, he was called a Hebrew. Why they call him a Hebrew? He wasn't circumcised yet. They call him a Hebrew in Genesis 14, but he was circumcised in Genesis 17. He was a Hebrew because he crossed over. He went through the water and entered a covenant with God. And you can become a Hebrew by crossing over through the water. You can become an Israelite by crossing over. Abraham was a Babylonian. When he crossed over, he became a Hebrew. Why his brothers and his father remain heathens, remain goyim, remain from the nations, but he was called a Hebrew? Why his father wasn't called a Hebrew? Why his brothers wasn't called a Hebrew? They didn't cross over. Why Ishmael he's not called a Hebrew? He didn't cross over. He's the son of Abraham. He's circumcised too. The Arab circumcised. Why Esau, the twin of Jacob, why he's not called a Hebrew? Because he didn't enter the covenant. The covenant is the key. Not your flesh, not your birth. It's the covenant, the rebirth. That's what matters. Because even Nicodemus, the rabbi, the Pharisee, he had to be born again. Even Yeshua, the Son of God, had to be born again. So what is your problem? What's the real message of this time? What's the real message we must preach? Blackness, whiteness, blueness, yellowness, grayness. We must preach the good news that there is salvation for whosoever will. And anybody who graft in the olive tree becomes an Israelite, and you can become a king and a priest, and you are my brother, you are my sister, you are the brotherhood. You will be ruling with me in Messiah's kingdom. Regardless of the color, regardless of who your father was, regardless of your mother, regardless of your brother, that's irrelevant, because we are all born again. That's the real message of the hour. Not black, not white. That's the good news. Because we did not choose our birth. We did not choose our father. We did not choose our mother. We did not choose our color. We did not choose where we were born. It was not a choice that we had. This happened to us. But we can choose God. We can choose life. We can choose Yeshua. We can choose salvation. We can choose to be grafted in. And that's the message of the Bible, especially the new covenant, the good news. That's the message.